Siren, Saber, Ice, Hawk, Sky. These are the American Gladiators. Introducing today's Grand Championship contenders, Marine Corps Captain Richard McCormick, Ketchum, Idaho's Pat Csizmazia, Los Angeles photojournalist Tiziana Sorge, Santa Monica karate instructor Carla Zeitlin. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley along with Dan Nitro Clark, and it is championship day here at Gladiator Arena, a day our four contenders have been dreaming about. You know, they have survived mass tryouts, grueling practice sessions, the prelims, the semifinals. They've been bruised, but they're not beaten. For Pat Csizmazia, Captain Richard McCormick, Carla Zeitlin, and Tiziana Sorge, championship day is the biggest moment of their athletic lives.
It's probably right now the pinnacle of what athletics I've done. It's a national competition. That's the way I've always looked at it. It's something that you really have to look at the history of the event to realize the athletes that have been involved. And it's definitely something that weighs on you. It's something you have to do well in. You've got to put some points on the board.
It's very important. This is the biggest event of my life. I've been training hard for it, and I'm finally here. And it's been a lot of fun so far, and just got to keep plugging away and get to the finish line.
It's very important. Ever since I knew about American Gladiators, I've wanted to try out and get on the show. I've always enjoyed challenging myself and going for the gusto, anything that's very competitive.
This is definitely the biggest thing I've ever competed in my life, and I'm out here to have fun, and I'm out here to compete hard, and that's really basically it. I'm just getting focused, taking one event at a time, and giving it all I have.
Nitro, I think it's fair to say that quite a mutual admiration society has developed between the Gladiators and the four championship contenders. But between now and the end of the Eliminator, it's going to be an all-out battle. Every point will have to be earned.
Well, as your Gladiator, it's a time when you take everything just a little bit more personal. You take each event, each moment. You give all you got, and when you think you don't have any more, you pull some stuff up from way, way, way deep, and you even give more until you're just laying there and you hope you end up the man standing tall.
It should be something very special at stake for today's winners. $10,000 in prize money, plus the chance to represent the USA at the World Gladiator Championships later this year in Birmingham, England. We're set to go, event number one, the Pyramid.
And our two Gladiators standing tall up there, it's Ice and Jazz. Let's go to our tail of the tape. A look at Carla Zeitlin from Santa Monica, California. She's a soccer coach and karate teacher, 5'4", 132, 30 years old. Her opponent, Tiziana Sorge, 5'7", 132, a photojournalist living in Los Angeles, but was born in Rome, Italy. She speaks 6 different languages. Today, she'd like to speak the language of victory. 45 seconds they have to make it up to the top, 32 feet, where Jazz and Ice are waiting.
Gladiators ready!
It should be a pretty even match, Mike, with both these girls the same skill and same speed, same build.
Nitro, the Gladiators have been so good this season that there's not been a single female contender to make it up this year. Ice and Jazz showing you just how good.
These two Gladiators just eating up the real estate. Every time the contenders seem to have a breakaway, Ice and Jazz there to close the door. Down goes Carla and down goes T. This could be a long, long day for these two.
T and Carla right behind one another, crisscrossing, zigzagging, and they won't do it. Round one in our Grand Championship belongs to our Gladiators, Ice and Jazz.
Why are they so effective in this event? Take a look. They both know how to wrap up and finish. Down goes Tiziana Sorge, and watch Ice doing the same thing to Carla.
Now, Ice, Jazz, all year, nobody has scored on you. Awesome job.
Thank you very much. This is a lot of fun, and once you learn how to play this and tuck and roll with them all the way to the bottom, then there's nothing to be afraid of, except she got a finger in my eye.
Now, Jazz, The third year doing this, are you feeling comfortable? Are you feeling like it's a swing set in your backyard?
Yes, and I love to play. This is great, isn't it? What do you think about it?
Well, good job, girls. And Grand Championship.
Grand Championship. Saber and Lace on the pyramid.
Come on.
And those two fellas mean business. Our two contenders waiting 32 feet below. A look to Captain Richard McCormick, 26 years old, 6'2", 175, a Marine aircraft commander, living in Los Angeles, California. His opponent, perhaps the surprise of this whole competition, 26-year-old Pat Csizmazia, 5'10", 170. He's a carpenter and snowboarding instructor living in Ketchum, Idaho.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Let's see what happens this time in the rematch.
Well, it's going to take teamwork, crisscrossing, things like that to get a move.
There was the crisscross. Richard ducked in behind the Csizmazia screen on Saber, but Saber catches up. Great reaction time. The captain back to ground zero.
And now Laser's trying to keep him in front of him and keep on that same mat without taking a fall. That could hurt him later on.
20 seconds remain. Hard to find any room here. Csizmazia won't go down, but he does there. Laser finally got him. We're under 10. And it looks like Laser is going to increase his record to 16-0. Saber goes to 14-4. Csizmazia, Captain Richard McCormick, walk away with 0 here in the pyramid.
The reason they're celebrating, Saber doing it rapper style and Laser doing it Montana Man style, is because Saber launched the captain, wham, all the way to the ground like that.
Saber, there's a phrase in football. It's called closing speed. Defensive backs know about it, linebackers know about it. Offensive man makes a move, defender's got to close in. Your closing speed in this event, superb.
Well, this is the Grand Championship, so I wanted the contenders to earn it if they got it.
Does the fact that Richard's a Marine add anything to the incentive here?
Remembering him and the road he took to make it to this place here, I know that he's a fierce competitor. I know he's a fighter. I know he likes to give off the Marine Corps yell. Well, check this out. Yeah! That's from my hood.
Richard, this was like trying to establish a beachhead, and the enemy territory was tough to get through.
I tell you what, Saber's a tremendous competitor. That's not the first time I've taken some good shots from the man. But that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it good, because if he wasn't there, this would be a boring show, and it's certainly not when you take some good hits like that.
Well, long, long day to go here in our Grand Championship. Get some rest. Nice work.
Up next, breakthrough and conquer as the championship continues.
Standing room only here at Gladiator Arena, and why not? It's our Grand Championship. We move on to event number 2. Sky and Siren, the Gladiators, in breakthrough and conquer. Part football, part wrestling. Up first, our women. Tiziana Sorge and Carla Zeitlin tied at 0.
T is up first. A look at Sky. She'll man breakthrough, and beyond her, in the conquering, there she is, the tenacious Siren.
Let's go to referee Larry Thompson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready!
Gotta make a better move than that, T. And Nitro, I know you were working with those contenders a little bit before this thing started. What happened there?
Well, they got a 10-yard start, only have to move in 5 yards, and they're scared of the bigger girl. Just intimidation.
All right, T's got 10 seconds to move Siren out of that ring. Pretty daunting proposition, I might. Oh! 3 seconds. Can't get a hold of her, and Siren doing the job on Tiziana Sorge.
Siren is so good with her hands. The girl never even had a chance to get in close and try a move on Siren.
Well, up next, Carla Zeitlin, something of a surprise here, but really shouldn't be considering her background in the martial arts, in particular karate. This, however, breakthrough and conquer, a different story.
Well, Mike, her running back, she's down in alignment stance here. I don't know. It doesn't look good.
This is certainly foreign to her, having a football tucked underneath her arm. Boy, she turned on the juice, made a quick little move, but got collared big time by Sky.
She's the Ted Hendricks.
Yeah, she is the Mad Stork, our Mad Stork. Good analogy, Nitro. All right. Can she get lower than Siren? Can she get a leg? She's got a leg. Now can she use it to pull Siren out? She's not intimidated anyway. She may walk out of breakthrough and conquer with no points. And that was first-class effort by Carla Zeitlin.
Well, the girl's surprising. You talked to her before, she's like, oh, I don't know, my shoulder hurts. But when that whistle goes off, she attacks like a mad woman.
Ted Hendricks, the Raiders Hall of Famer, 6'7", very similar to Sky, 6'3". The takedown styles, the same. Bam.
The men now set for our field of dreams, our field of bad dreams. Breakthrough and conquer. First up for the men, Pat Csizmazia, who came in as the #1 seed. And he's set to go against our two gladiators. In breakthrough, there he is, Laser. And beyond him in the conquering, the Hawkster, the go-to gladiator.
Well, Hawk has done this event, Mike, twice in his whole career. This is going to be interesting.
And both times he was beaten. Pat Csizmazia, an alpine skier, a Nordic skier, a snowboarder, rock climber, survival of the fittest champion, but not exceptionally skilled in these ball kind of sports like football. Oh, he shakes away. I thought he had Laser there for a second. Better give it up, Pat. Boy, he almost got away.
Wait for my whistle now.
All right, let's see what he can do in the conquer ring. He's got 10 seconds. This would be a monumental upset. Hawk controlling the head. That's what he needs to do. Pat needs to be a little more aggressive. 2, 1, and that is it. I thought he might get 5 points in breakthrough, but Laser held tight there at the end. No point for Pat Csizmazia. Are these guys fired up? I guess so.
Sometimes you have to take a man to the ground any way you can, even if it means grabbing on and holding for dear life to an ankle like Laser does here, but he gets the job done.
Well, Captain Richard McCormick is all set to mix it up with our two gladiators. That should not be a problem since he's used to mixing it up. Pretty good boxer back in the Marine Corps. This time, however, he's got a football tucked underneath his right arm, and he's got to get by Laser. Now let's see if he has a move or two in his arsenal.
Telegraphed it a little bit. Laser looked at his belt buckle, took him down easy on the 3-yard line. He never got close.
Not only does he bring him down, once he has him down, he drives him into the ground.
Puts a little mustard on it. Let's see what he does with Hawk here.
Well, Hawk's up kind of high here, but he's got a lot of strength.
And that's Richard's problem, too, going high. He's got to shoot the single leg to have any kind of chance whatsoever. Hawk's not going to budge.
Oh, my.
Laser and Hawk shut him down big time. And the go-to gladiator going to the crowd to suck up a little adulation.
Another day at the office.
Why is this man happy? Take a look. The Marine Corps captain on a mission. Hawk's mission not to budge an inch. He didn't.
Hawk, your first 2 wins ever in the Gladiator ring in Conquer history. I tell you what, Nitro, I've never won that game. I don't like it until now. I took 2 grown men in the grand championship of this whole darn season and took them both out. I won more. I won more.
The Marine was on a mission, but the Hawkster in the zone. And quickly we move on to our next event here in this grand championship. It is Slingshot.
For the Gladiators, our blonde bombers, Sky and Ice Baby. For the Contenders, let's take a look. There's Ice, and she'll be swinging against Carla Zeitlin. Sky has got to deal with Tiziana Sorge. Neither woman has scored yet.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Sky right on top of Tiziana Sorge. Carla was smothered by Ice.
It's got to be intimidating to see both gladiators up there perched waiting for your next jump.
Here comes Carla. She's got a yellow. Can she hang on? No. Yes. I take that back. She had 2 yellows, dropped one, and's got one. She puts that one back in the scoring bin, 30 seconds to go.
She's got to go up there with both hands. That way she's got one hand to block the Gladiator, the other to grab the ball.
Good point, Nitro. Here comes Sky. Sorge's got a yellow, and Sky mistimed her jump. 15 seconds remained. Our 2 contenders just finding out how hard this game really is. Sky right there in T's face one more time. Carla with the big Tarzan yell. And we've got a 1-1 tie. Carla gets a yellow marker. T gets a yellow marker.
Yes. So for the most part, Slingshot belongs to the Gladiators, but here's how they did score. First, Carla. Sky and high almost had 2.
And then in style, T. Up, in the mouth, back to the bin.
And back to the top of our bungee towers where our 2 Gladiators are awaiting our male contenders. Captain Richard McCormick and Pat Csizmazia. There's Pat, the snowboarding instructor from Ketchum, Idaho, and there's the Marines, our Gladiators, Turbo and Laser.
Contenders ready!
Here we go.
Gladiators ready!
And this first swing should produce a major collision. It does. Pat comes out of it, however, with a yellow scoring marker. Richard McCormick with the long reach despite having Turbo draped all over him. He's got a blue. Pat's got a blue and rips it away just before Laser could get to him. Richard's got another blue. Turbo takes it away. Oh, Pat just missed getting a red. Still, we've got 23 seconds to go. Turbo all out effort. The Marine captain gets another blue. Pat, oh! Touched the red, lost it.
Well, the strategy might be jump on the ground and get some balls off there where most of them are.
Pat with one last chance here. Richard was in his way, and that is it. Finally, our 2 Grand Championship finalists are on the scoreboard.
Timing is everything in this event, and Pat got off to a great start. Watch the timing here as he beats Laser to the punch, beats him to the blue scoring marker, puts it back in the bin for the point.
And you know the captain's going to score. It's a championship. He got this far, and he does it by pulling, wrestling, doing whatever he can.
Well, as you can see, most of the scoring markers on the ground, and that's what happened when 2 big men like Turbo and Laser collide in midair. Pat Csizmazia, you did get 3 points. And this looks like it's right up your alley. You were flying up there.
Yeah, I had a good chance to get a little more towards the end there, but I would have went right up Richard's tail end there, so I held back and got 1 point less.
You are used to the wilderness, the great outdoors up in Idaho, big sky country. You come to Los Angeles, it gets a little frightening. But finally, some moral support today. Your girlfriend, Susan, in the audience, that has had to help.
Yeah, I'm so glad she's here. It's perfect moment for her to be here.
Captain McCormick, you and Turbo have had many memorable battles, another one here in Slingshot.
Oh yes, do you think he wants it? Do you think he wants it? You can tell he wants it. We're gonna come at him though. We're ready, guys.
Some red hash marks here.
Oh yeah, he wants it bad, but we're taking it to him. There's no wussies out here today.
Okay, nice going. You had 4. Richard McCormick and Pat Csizmazia looking good.
Coming up next, the Gauntlet as the championship marches on.
They are jammed to the rafters here at Gladiator Arena, championship event number 4, the Gauntlet. Our 4 Gladiators inside, ready to do battle with our 2 female contenders. Carla Zeitlin and Sorge tied at 1, coming in.
Here we go. Contender ready! Gladiators ready!
Here we go, Carla Zeitlin. If she gets through in less than 20, it's worth 5. At less than 15, it's worth 10, but she is having problems.
Well, she has to learn to go forward, not sideways.
Gladiator Jazz, a huge roadblock. The Gauntlet, it's not Lover's Lane. It's anything but. Carla Zeitlin just found that out. No points for her.
Our next contender has a code she lives by: no fear. Why not? Among the many things she's done, skydiving. This time around, it's the Gauntlet. Tiziana Sorge, ready.
Went to Beverly Hills High School, graduated from UCLA, and here she is in our grand championship.
Now she's going to try to blow by this first Gladiator quick to get some momentum to get through this.
She needs to spin off Jazz, and she does. Only Siren and Sky remain. She's got 10 seconds left on the clock. Hey, how about that?
Oh, Sky was absolutely useless there.
The photojournalist whizzes through the gauntlet in a time of 13 seconds, and she is excited. High fives for everyone here at Gladiator Arena. And Nitro, you were absolutely right. Siren was solid, but what was Sky thinking?
T, your strategy, you told me, was to blow past the first Gladiator quick to get your momentum, and that's what you did.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking. Get past the first one because you've got 15 seconds to get through. And you've got to get past the first one and get your momentum going. If they stop you right there, you're not going anywhere.
1, 2, 3. Kick back.
Our 4 male gladiators are set now, and up first is Captain Richard McCormick, who has a slim 1-point lead on Pat Csizmazia, the captain, up first here.
Contender ready.
He's got to get by Laser first. And to succeed in Gauntlet, you got to have the quick feet.
Laser doing his job at station number 1. Ditto for Hawk at station 2. Sabre pins the captain up against the gauntlet wall. And that's it. Turbo didn't even have to break a sweat, never made it that far.
Well, one of the things that the men are doing is they're changing their positions in the gauntlet versus what they think the strength of the contender is, and that combination proved lethal that time.
Fight him to the blue like that.
Pat's up next, and he's no stranger to rugged competitions. He is the current champion of survival of the fittest, the competition of outdoor events, including whitewater swims and kayaks and climbs and rappel. And now he needs to climb over our gladiators.
Contender ready.
Duck your head, take him straight on. The gladiators, that is, the contender is dead. Chiz trying to fight his way past Laser. He did, but he wasted a lot of time on the clock. We're down to 10 seconds. You can't duck and dodge, Pat. You got to keep moving. Keep moving those feet. He's not going to get past Sabre.
Great job, Sabre.
Hey, you got some good-looking kids there, Carla.
Thank you, man.
Woo!
Thanks.
So Pat Csizmazia and Captain Richard McCormick come up empty. The score remains 4-3. Powerball around the corner. Powerball next in our grand championship agenda, and our women have buckled up their chin straps. They're set to go against our Gladiators 3.
We're styling. We have no idea what we're doing right now.
The Blonde Bombers, Siren, Sky and Ice. Carla Zeitlin trailing Tiziana Sorge by 10 points, 11-1.
These girls, neither of them very, very quick, so they're going to have to pull up and use their smarts here.
Gladiators ready.
45 seconds the time limit. Carla going down hard early.
Carla gets one there past Siren. Siren can't believe it. Carla's got another one. She's got a nice little burst. Little quicker feet than Tiziana Sorge. The T reaching out that time over ice to score.
I don't know where this throw technique comes. Get near the pod and throw it in.
What's really amazing about that, they've got virtually no chance because these cylinders are so narrow. Nothing ever goes in unless you do it like that. Tiziana Sorge with the slam dunk. 4 seconds remain. Pretty good match all the way around. Carla Zeitlin and Tiziana Sorge. Let's add it up.
A 4-4 tie, giving T a 15-5 lead after 5 events, and lack of quickness notwithstanding, both Carla and T demonstrated a little bit of talent there. Carla with the quickness and a nice move there on ice. And then Tiziana Sorge, watch her. She's got a move of her own and then reaches out to get one over ice as well. Powerball continues. This time it's the men's turn. It's our signature event. Our Glad's ready.
Powerball, baby. Woo! Grand Championship Powerball.
Yeah, showtime.
What's better?
Sabre, Turbo, and Hawk and company have been mighty stingy this afternoon.
Between Richard and Pat, just 7 points. The captain with the 1-point lead.
Well, this must be something really special for the Gladiators. I've never, ever seen Turbo stretch or prepare. Usually just comes out and kicks butt.
Let's go to referee Larry Thompson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Richard got one in there on the outside. Trying to take Sabre head on, not a good idea.
You got to watch Richard because he's got those real long arms. You think you have him stopped and boom, it's in.
Pat trying to get away, squirt away from Sabre, can't do it. 25 seconds remain. Sabre doing the job on the marine that time. Turbo riding herd on Pat Csizmazia. Pat almost got one there. Again, those fingertip rolls never work unless you're extremely lucky. Richard, give him credit for taking Sabre head on. A power outage here for our contenders in Powerball.
That's how Powerball's played.
Captain Richard McCormick with the only 2 points of the match. And for match to rematch, T. Sorge and Ice battle again in the joust. That's next.
Get in!
Much time here at Gladiator Arena. It's the joust. And for the Gladiators, we know her name and we know how she plays this game.
She's bold, she's cold, she's ice. Our Gladiator in crunch time event here in our Grand Championship, the Joust. First up for the contenders, T. Sorge, who has a 15-5 lead on Carla Zeitlin coming in.
So far, T hasn't been too lucky in this joust, but she says she's going to come full steam, and, you know, the gods are with her. She'll knock her off.
This is the 3rd time they have met. Lost in the prelims to Ice, lost in the semis to Ice. Again, 30 seconds the time limit in the joust. T. Sorge hoping to weather the early storm, and then maybe Ice will get arm worried. She's back on her heels.
She needs some
again, and down she goes. Ice ups her record to 6-1-6.
And Nitro, things can turn ugly in a hurry if a contender doesn't defend herself.
She's got to get that stick up to guard her face. If she doesn't, bam, shots like that. That's got to hurt no matter who you are.
T disappointed with herself. Carla Zeitlin now has a chance. If she gets 10, she's back in this thing, but Ice has been so tough.
Again, one of the keys for the contenders, if you can get Ice frustrated, stay up there for 5 or 10 seconds, you've got a chance for, at the very worst, to draw. And Carla holding her own here. 15 seconds remain. Hey, a big backhand there by Carla. Rattled Ice.
She couldn't finish her.
And a wild swing, and those small hands of hers just couldn't hang on to that stick. Automatic DQ, but not a bad battle by Carla Zeitlin. She pounds the mat in disgust. She knows she had her chance and blew it.
I did not like ending on that.
Well, Carla's got to be upset because she's trained a lot with the bow staff, and she should have the strength to hold on to that. But no, what happened?
Well, this is the Grand Championship, and Ice, you were begging for some action, somebody to give you a battle. Carla Zeitlin did that in the joust.
I don't really consider that a challenge, or not a challenge, but really a battle up there. My timing was off. I was off. I'm much better than that, and I was kind of really disappointed in myself and my performance.
But she did rock you once.
One time.
Carla, you hung in there, and I know you pounded your fist down in disgust because you thought you could have, at the very least, got a draw.
Oh, yeah. I thought I had her there. I let go.
What size are your hands, anyway?
They're small, very small. It's really hard just to grasp that, just to hold on to it. I mean, half the time you're just trying to hold on and not let go of the joust stick. So.
Hand size has nothing to do with it.
I'm going to let these two handle this thing, okay? Carla Zeitlin and ice. Laser up next, and we've got a big rematch. Right now, Nitro is with both combatants.
Forget Foreman, forget Tyson, forget Holyfield. These are the Warriors, and this is the rematch of the year. The first time.
I guess I had a little triumphant.
The second and third time.
I broke the stick over his head.
The fourth time is up now.
Let's go back, Nitro. Here's the first time. Laser DQ'd. And fuming. Here's the second time. Hits Captain McCormick so hard he breaks his stick. So we do it again, and the third time. And again, the stick breaks. The fourth time ought to be great. Here it is. The U.S. Marine versus our Marine. McCormick and Laser. 4. Oh, big swing there, down it goes.
Oh, baby.
He seems energized when he gets on that jousting platform.
Well, that has to be, Mike, the biggest win in Laser's career, hands down.
You got to be smart. You got to have a little offense and a little defense. Blocking there, waiting, timing, delivering the blow to seal the victory.
This man would love a victory, Pat Csizmazia. His girlfriend Sue flew in from Ketchum, Idaho to be with him on Grand Championship Day. Oh, and he just couldn't weather that 1-2 punch. 1 second knockout for Laser.
Well, I don't know if it was 1 second, Mike. I think I have the record with 2 seconds. But it's a great job nevertheless. 1, 2, boom, he's down. And to the stands, to the dismay of his girlfriend, a long trip for nothing.
Well, not for nothing, because he can still win the championship. The Eliminator is next. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, and we are set to crown our grand champions. Who will endure the Eliminator? In the women's race, Tiziana Sorge leads the way after 6th event and gets a 5-second head start on Carla Zeitlin. Plus, T owns the fastest Eliminator time, so Carla will need a miracle to win. But right now, Nitro's with T at the start line.
T, so close to the grand championship. 2 things stand in your way. Number 1, this obstacle course. Number 2, you're going against your best friend.
Absolutely. But I gotta say one thing, she's a great contender. I know it's gonna be a fight, and it's not over until it's over.
Good luck, I'll see you at the finish line.
Again, Carla Zeitlin has to make up a 5-second head start. T's best time, a full minute faster than Carla's. Up the Versa climber they go. So tough, so exhausting, so stamina draining. Carla has nearly drawn even, however. T the first down the slide, but Carla right there. Now the hand bike. T looking strong. Carla hanging on, but now the ball pit. The most rigorous of the obstacles here in the Eliminator course. And as you have seen over the weeks, we have lost contenders in this sea of spheres. T over the first barrier. Carla jumps into the fray. This is where Carla Zeitlin has struggled in the past. That's why her time in the Eliminator, best time, a full minute slower than T's, but she's out of it in fairly fast fashion. Up the cargo net they go. Can Carla Zeitlin pull off the miracle? T composing herself now down the zip line. The 1-point landing, only 2 more hurdles remain. The plexiglass wall and then the treadmill, which we have cranked up for this grand championship. If you want to be a grand champion, you've got to pay the full price. Look at T. Sorge pumping her arms, keeping her eyes up. She has done it. Carla Zeitlin goes down, but today the race belongs to T. Sorge. She's our grand champion for 1995-96.
And Carla Zeitlin gave it one terrific shot. She just fell short at the end.
T, you've done it. You've won the grand championship.
Oh my God!
You said to me if you couldn't win, you wanted her to win.
Absolutely, there's no one in this world I'd want to go to the finals if I couldn't go but Carla.
Well, now the best news is you're on your way to Europe to do the World Championship, a chance to see the rest of your family.
Absolutely. Here I come!
Congratulations.
T. Sorge, grand champion for 1995, and she'll wear the crown well.
It's the Mountain Man versus the Marine. Captain Richard McCormick has a 3-point lead on Pat Csizmazia, but that is good for only a 1.5-second head start. Csizmazia also owns the fastest Eliminator time this season, and the Marine knows it. He's with Nitro at the base of the Versa Climber.
Captain, he's got you where he wants you. You're a little ahead, but he's got a 7-second faster Eliminator.
Yeah, Pat's a furious competitor in this event. All I can do is give it 100%, and hey, I leave the rest to God. He'll work it out.
Good luck.
2 men in the run for it all, and we have cranked up this Eliminator course. Winner to take home $10,000. $25,000 overall in cash and prizes, plus a berth in the World Gladiator Championships later this year. Csizmazia, Captain McCormick side by side. The Chiz has cut into the lead and has taken the lead. He's the first up. Flying down the slide. Powerful upper body, a great rock climber. Flying into that ball pit. Over the first barrier, Captain McCormick trying to hang with him. Pat ducks under a second one. He's the first out. Boy, he made short work of that. Future contenders would do well to study that technique. Pat Csizmazia now on the cargo net. The 26-year-old snowboarding instructor from Ketchum, Idaho. Perhaps sensing that a grand championship is near. 2 more barriers. First the plexiglass wall, and then the treadmill. We've cranked it up several notches. Captain McCormick over the wall now too. Here comes Chiz, pumping his arms, kicking his legs. He's done it. He's going on. He's won the grand championship. Pat Csizmazia from Ketchum, Idaho. His time, the fastest yet this season, 1 minute and 21 seconds.
And absolutely no quit in Captain Richard McCormick. This guy has been one tough Marine. Pat Csizmazia, look at his face as he scales and pumps his way up the treadmill. He had his eyes on the prize.
Pat, once again, you had him where you wanted. You came from behind to win this thing.
Absolutely, I had him right where I wanted, second half back. I can't believe I beat him up the Versa Climber. I love the balls. And it was that 2 scoops advice on the 2 grass right before the
throw it,
whatever it's called. And there it was.
Let me tell you, in your own Forrest Gump kind of way, you have won the hearts of all the gladiators and all the fans. Congratulations.
A special innocence about Pat Csizmazia, his girlfriend Sue, giving him congratulations. We'll be back with a medal ceremony from Gladiator Arena after this.
Later this year in American Gladiators, the Battle of the Best. A trip down memory lane. Remember Wesley Berry, 2 scoops, and Peggy Odita? They were our 1994 champions. They'll take on champions from 1995, Adrian Sullivan and Kyler Storm. Don't miss our Battle of the Best. And coming soon,
America's toughest has to get through one man, me, George Foreman, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Welcome back to Gladiator Arena. You know, they came to Los Angeles with a dream. Today, that dream was fulfilled. Introducing our grand champions for 1995-96. Our women's champion from Los Angeles, California, photojournalist Tiziana Sorge. And our men's champion from Ketchum, Idaho, snowboarding instructor Pat Csizmazia.
T, you've worked your whole life for a moment like this. How does it feel?
It's a dream. It's a dream come true. It hasn't sank in yet, but I know later on tonight it'll hit me like a rock.
Well, here's your trophy. Congratulations.
Pat, prior to coming here, your arena was the great outdoors. Now that you've gone through people like Hawk and Turbo and Saber and Laser, your feelings, your thoughts?
Well, Mike, I got to start a sprinting, explosive schedule right now, getting ready for the next event in England. Hopefully, I'm going, and those are my thoughts right now. To totally reverse my training for just that.
Why don't you enjoy this moment for now instead of approaching the next competition?
Well, I definitely will enjoy. I don't know how I'm going to enjoy it, but it's going to be very nice.
Patrick, congratulations. I know everybody's proud of you, especially back in Ketchum, Idaho. Nitro?
From the rest of the Gladiators, I want to say thank you to all the people at home, to all the people in the stands who have supported us for the last 7 years. We love you. Thank you very, very much.
And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't thank the greatest group of athletes I've ever worked with, our American Gladiators. You people are very special. So that concludes another season on American Gladiators. For Nitro and all of us, I'm Mike Adamle. We'll see you again next year. We'll be back.